Hashtag 49ers, just like Jackie did here. I'm going to answer as many questions as we can live here on our 49ers Live Q&A. Okay, Jackie says, who do you think will come back from IR and when? There are really only two candidates that I think could come back, which is Jalen Hurd and the other wide receiver, Trent Taylor, but it sounds like neither of them are going to be coming back from IR. Trent Taylor, for sure, was the recent report, is he is not coming back anytime soon if that foot injury continues to be a big issue. And Jalen Hurd, still dealing with the back injury. He's a rookie. I don't see any point in rushing him back either. I'd say neither of them are going to come back, which means everyone else on IR is on IR for good. Obviously, like Emmanuel Sanders, he's done for the year. Everyone else is pretty much done. So, no, I don't see anyone else coming back anytime soon. Alfredo asks, what's the word on Goodwin? He's been active, but he hasn't been playing much. We need to use him more for our deep passing plays. He's actually dealing with a wrist injury, is the most recent report, although he's not the Niners' most recent injury report they released today. So he's going to play, but I think a lot of people didn't realize he had a wrist injury that he's been dealing with, so maybe that's been a factor. Also, I don't think Garoppolo trusts any receiver not named Emmanuel Sanders right now. So when you see him out there, same with Pettis, same with Samuel, same with all the other guys, Garoppolo doesn't really trust them. So I think we need to use him more, especially if Sanders doesn't play. But between the wrist and the trust issues, don't know if he's going to be that much of a factor. Travis asks, should we drop Pettis and pick up another wide receiver? What's up with Hurd? Okay, I actually was looking at all the free agent wide receivers that are available right now, and it is slim pickings if you don't want Antonio Brown, which obviously is a whole different issue right now. We can probably move past they're not going to get Antonio Brown. Marquise Bryant suspended for the year. The only other name that pops up on the list is Michael Crabtree. So do you want ancient Michael Crabtree, or do you want young with, I guess, still some potential Dante Pettis? Is kind of the question there. I'd keep Pettis, at least for the remainder of the year, and then go draft somebody or sign someone in free agency, because I'm telling you guys, unless you want Dez Bryant or Michael Crabtree, or you really want to go down the Antonio Brown route, there isn't much available on the free agent market. And Jalen Hurd's still out with that back injury. He's on IR, and there's no indication he's returning anytime soon. Dante Pettis this year, this is almost unbelievable, his stats. 11 catches for 109 yards and 2 touchdowns. Every time he has like a nice catch in a game, which is rare, only 11 of them, I keep thinking, oh, well, here he goes. He's going to have a nice day, a couple more catches. He's going to have a breakout day and then have a great rest of the year. It's just not been the case. He just doesn't have it for whatever reason. I reported today on the video earlier that he's kind of in the Kyle Shanahan doghouse. Kyle Shanahan's getting real tired of Dante Pettis and all the drops and all the struggles of the big overtime drop. And it's just getting to the point where, they are losing a lot of trust and faith in him. Thoughts on putting Pettis or Goodwin in for returning? For returner, Goodwin might be best used with all that speed on returns. I'm fine with that, although Richie James hasn't been terrible. The Niners just haven't done anything on punt return in terms of, flashy greatness. Sure, I would try Goodwin over Pettis, but if the wrist injury's still there, then no. Again, a tough call here. I think that they'll probably keep Richie James because he hasn't messed up yet, right? There's been no massive critical fumble, and if that's the case, we don't have any other star at returner, I'm fine with leaving it as it is. I see the Goodwin idea, but for some reason they have not wanted to try him. Why are we seeing more Richie James? He's been one of our more consistent receivers, says J5110. That's actually a great question. I thought about this earlier because he's the only really other healthy wide receiver on the roster, especially with Sanders being questionable right now. You're basically stuck with Goodwin, Pettis, and Samuel, and then I guess Kendrick Bourne as well. I would be totally fine with doing a little more Richie James and a little less Dante Pettis because Bourne, even though he's having a lot of bad drops, including the interception, he at least was flashy early and caught the touchdown against the Seahawks. So I actually agree. I'm fine with Richie James getting more reps. I'm fine with anybody getting reps at this point because, like I said, it's just been a weird year for the wide receivers. They've been up, they've been down. Deebo Samuel was great, and he had a bad drop, and it's just been a back and forth so far this year. So, yeah, I'm fine with Richie James going ahead and coming back in. Okay, here we go. Too late to get AB. The AB legal situation is still interesting. He had the meeting with the NFL, was it last Wednesday, I believe? And it didn't look like it turned out great because Antonio Brown was tweeting about how terrible it was. Apparently, he's meeting with the NFL again, and either did that or he's going to be doing that. I don't quite remember. It was actually happening today is what I'm being told. So we'll see what happens about that. There's still those reports that teams are interested. I said this last time. If he could come in and promise to behave, I'm all for it, right? 100%. He'd be the best receiver by far, probably in our entire division. But if he didn't behave with the Patriots, and just think about that. He was on a team like the Patriots, who were basically guaranteed to go to the AFC title game. He had Brady throwing in the football, and yet still could not stay on that roster. I know the whole legal issues popped up, but I think a lot of teams are going to go, we didn't work with New England. Why would we want him on our squad? And again, if Sanders stays healthy, which he's not officially ruled out for Sunday yet, he didn't participate in practice today, but he might still play on Sunday, then I think the receiving core is going to be fine. We saw it before Sanders got hurt. He was great against the Seahawks. They were moving the ball down the field and created opportunities for guys like Kendrick Bourne to caught that touchdown. So I think they're happy with what they have when Sanders is healthy. Just a matter of, will he be able to play going forward, especially on Sunday? That's yet to be seen. All right, let's jump into the Cardinals discussion here. Obviously, the Week 10 matchup sitting right now at 10.5-point favorites. Again, you guys using your questions, using the hashtag 49ers to get the questions in. But I want you guys to predict the score on this one. Again, we always do predict the scores here on Chat Sports. What's the score going to be on this one? Obviously, the closer game earlier on in the year. I think this is probably going to be a blowout. Again, it was Thursday night. You were in Arizona. You had the Seahawks game looming where you're trying to think about it and work and, trying not to focus too far in the future. I think they're going to blow out the Cardinals by at least 13 points. We'll see what happens. My score prediction would probably be 27-13 is where I'm going to go for that game. But let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Give me your all score predictions as we move on here in the 49ers video. And again, we're live. You guys just joining us. Hashtag 49ers. Get your questions in. We're going as many as we can. Can we draft nothing but wide receivers next year? It's always been our weak point for decades. Nothing has changed. I agree. New money beats. Not all of them, obviously. It's going to be interesting, though, what they're going to do in the draft this year. Again, ask yourself this. This is like an honest question, because I don't know. If let's say we're picking 32nd, right? We win the Super Bowl. Where do you go? What's the weak point on this team? Because with Justin School, you might have your left tackle of the future, so you can kind of go, do you need an offensive lineman? Which you can, it's fine. Do you go wide receiver with the first-round draft pick? First-round wide receivers aren't historically, super productive, so you go there. Do you just say, what the heck, and get another pass rusher? Because you can never have too many of those. I don't know where they're going to go in the draft this year, but I think for sure they're going to make a big splash in free agency or in the NFL draft for receiver, because what's happening right now cannot continue to stand because it has been an absolute struggle. All right, what we got here? Steven Ryan, how do you say your name? Do you think Mostert should get more snaps than Breida? No, but Breida appeared on the injury report earlier today. He's still there dealing with, what was he, limited today? I'm trying to pull it up right now. Yeah, he didn't participate with the ankle. That's right. So he's still dealing with the ankle injury. That kind of brought him out of the Monday night game against Seattle. So yeah, I'm fine with Mostert right now because he has to, because of the whole injury stuff. But you see actually right there, great job by the guys back in the studio talking about who didn't practice today. Again, Breida is not ruled out. The only guy on this list who is most likely not playing on Sunday is Kittle. We expect the other three to go. And again, Coleman was a injury reason he missed practice. And Robbie Gould obviously is not going to go as well. But we're looking at a case where Mostert will probably be playing more just because Breida has that ankle injury right now. So if you have Tevin Coleman in your fantasy league, start him obviously. And if you need some running back, go ahead and grab Raheem Mostert as well, because we're going to be getting more snaps. And he did do well when Coleman was injured. Remember, way back when, a couple of the early games after week 2, I believe, Mostert came in and played very, very well with Tevin Coleman sidelined with the injury. Good Lord, there's a lot of injuries going on with the 49ers right now as we pull that all up. Will McKinnon still be here next season? They talk like the McKinnon injury is like career-ending, is what they kind of talked about whenever he went down with the injury, put on IR immediately. And obviously he's been dealing with that knee injury for a while. I would say no. Now he's signed, but it's a matter of will he play next year? I think that's very much still up in the air. I think they're happy with the running backs they have right now. And it looks like, from everything I've heard, is that the McKinnon injury was a lot worse than people realized. That's why they immediately dumped him on the IR. He has no chance of playing this year, and I think it could be career-ending. We'll see what happens going forward, though. Good question, though, about Jerick McKinnon. What's up with Jalen Hurd? We get these questions a lot. He's still dealing with the back injury. And again, I've done some digging trying to figure out exactly what the back injury is, because your back's kind of large. So a lot of things, upper back, lower back, whatever. No one really knows at this point. So I honestly, if I was going to do the spitball here, I don't think he's going to play this year, is probably my guess, because we're sitting here, obviously almost 3/4 of the way through the season. They went out and signed Emmanuel Sanders. I don't think Jalen Hurd is going to play this year. And again, he's a rookie, so you really want to force him and rush him out there when he might not even produce as a rookie as well. That's what we kind of forget. We all just assume that Jalen Hurd is going to be the superstar and he would be producing right now. Also only played 1 year wide receiver at Baylor and is a rookie. So let's just go with that going forward here. Jalen Hurd is not the savior that really I think a lot of people thought he was going to be. The 49ers still Super contenders after the loss to the Seahawks. Okay, this is a great question. Let me answer that. Remember when Aaron Rodgers, when the Packers had that rough start a couple years back, and he had the old press conference and told people to relax about their Green Bay? All 49er fans need to relax about the Niners. Now, look at the schedule. It's not easy. We're not going to be, 14-2 this year. We're going to lose some more games, but we're going to get back on track against the Cardinals, and then I think we can go 2 out of the next 3 Packers, Ravens, Saints. We get 2 out of the 3. Pick whatever ones you guys want. I think we win the Green Bay game, and we would probably win, we might actually win the Raven game over the Saint game, but we're going to beat the Falcons. I think we get obviously we get the Seahawks, and then the Rams, and then the Seahawks. So I still think we're in that 12-win range. Again, only 1 loss, so 3 more would be in the 12-4 range and still probably get you the top seed in the NFC. So it's not the end of the world. We're still probably the best team in the NFC right now. Obviously, New Orleans just lost to the Falcons. Green Bay recently lost to the Chargers. You look around, the NFC is not exactly a great, this dominant division right now with a bunch of great teams, even though there are some good teams in it. Okay, let me know. Shout out your guys' city right now. I want to see some shout outs in the comment section down below, as I actually got to pull up my stream right now as it has died. So I'm trying to get you guys to show me your comments in the section down below here. Where are you guys watching from? Let me know in the comments as I try. Again, I'm trying to pull this up. It's my bad right here. Richmond, Tampa. I'm seeing Richmond and Tampa right now. Fresno happening right now as well, as I am. Honolulu is what I'm hearing right now. Okay, I got it pulled up. Let's see where you guys are all hanging out at right now. Stockton, Palo Alto, Morgan Hill, Utah. Where we got? Sacramento, California. We got someone from Tane Hills in New Zealand right now. Canada, there's San Francisco. Tyler Burbank, what up from San Francisco? Texas, big shout out down in Texas. Richmond, San Francisco. Seattle, ooh, Tyrone's in Seattle. Rough time there being a 49er fan. Actually being a Seahawks fan, actually, because we, lost to them recently, which sunk. Philly, shout out to Philly, Montreal, Canada, LA, Phoenix, Toronto, New Jersey, Ohio, Mexico. Joseph says 15-1, the NFL doesn't destroy us. Conspiracy. South Carolina, Seattle. Orlando wants a shout out. Man, we're rolling through here. Again, if you guys have not posted where you guys are watching from, let me know. Man, a lot of people are in Hawaii right now. I would love to do this from Hawaii right now. That'd be a lot of fun. Wisconsin, Oregon. What about Callaway? Another wide receiver trying to throw in there. Again, I think the Niners are very, very content with the wide receivers that they have on the roster right now. Again, and I say content. I think they're content because everyone else out there is not exactly a much of an upgrade.